Hi again guys, and welcome to another comparison video. This time we're looking at ripping yarns. Right, now because obviously we have two VHS releases. Now this is a Pre-Cert BBC video and this is a Paradox Films version on there. Now I know that last video when I've already talked about Hi-Di-Hi videos over there, it was a hoot. So now we're moving on to ripping yarns. So, let's get started. So here's the first one, Ripping Yarns BBC Video Release. And yes, it's got a PG certificate on here. So here's the front, spine with the BBC Star logo on the bottom, and the back. Now this one runs for 90 minutes, and this is released, well you could say the Pre-Cert release would be from 1983. That's almost as old as the hills. That's much older compared to the Hi-Di-Hi one. But anyways, I'll show you the tape now. Here's the tape for Ripping Yarns. No print date, which I'll take that out. And yes, it comes with a BBC Video embossed case. And here's the Paradox Films version. Front, spine, and the back. And it has 3 programs. There's Tompkinson Schoolboys. You call me school bully, you miserable little tick. That's because I've only heard it from the BBC Video Tasties promo. Yeah, don't remind me. And yeah, it's got Escape from Starlight Loft 112B, and there's Golden Gordon. And this one was released in 1995. And here's a tape for Ripping Yarns. Print date is 1st of June 1995. So obviously, if I quickly show you the Hi-Di-Hi ones, bear with me. Now, do you see what I mean? These two, however, have got the same print date on here. And I don't even know why they put numbers on there. Because number 1 starts with Hi-Di-Hi, so it's a good job I started that one. And number 2 is Ripping Yarns. So yeah, obviously, the Paradox Film VHSs, well, they're just basically weird. And the reason I thought it was weird is because, well, normally, after the original BBC video releases happened in the 80s and as well as the 90s, well, they just obviously decided to re-release it on certain videos, like Hi-Di-Hi, for example. Right, anyway, so I'll just put that back in here first. And I'm sorry if I had to show you Hi-Di-Hi again, but that was the only way to compare it. So there you have it. Now, just to quickly show you the front cover. Now, the front cover looks very different. Now, I know this one's got a PG certificate, and it's got a rated 15 certificate. Yeah, it's just sometimes companies are such hypocrites sometimes, when they thought back then in the 80s it was PG certificate, but yeah, a few years later, rated 15. Yeah, I think some companies are hypocrites. Yeah, no offense, because I mean, it's the 80s after all, and as well as the 90s when it was released. So yeah, and the spines here, well, they are completely different. And as you can see on top it says VHS BBC V 7013. And down here on the Paradox, VHS Hi-Fi the 218. And yeah, the back is also kind of a bit different, but only this time without any extra bits, just down there. But of course, I think, well, I don't really know. But anyway, so that's the back. Right, and I'm going to put those tapes back in here now. So just bear with me whilst I put them back in. So there you have it, viewers. That's another comparison video to these two Ripping Yarns VHSs done now. Alright, well I better say goodbye then, viewers, and I'll probably see you in a VHS update, but where I get to show you some videotapes that I got, probably, well, not for a month, because I know that this week was definitely the best. And before I say goodbye, I'll explain to you on how I found a lot of videotapes in British Red Cross. Well, you see, back then when I was at British Red Cross, that was only about a couple of days ago, when my manager Clint has showed me a box of VHS tapes that Clint wasn't being able going to be selling because British Red Cross in Sherborne don't take videotapes. But that is why I just usually like to help out by just taking most of them to a charity shop. And yeah, that could explain why I had to get rid of some tapes, but yet I'm only keeping the BBC Video ones. And the fact is, if I get any more tapes that are in a box, but if they don't want to sell, I usually pick up some tapes for free. Simple as that. But as for when you go in, you can't unless you get them. Unless I get them in YMCA, like 10 for £1. But apparently, a few months later, it's changed back to 3 for £1. But still, it's a good offer though, and it was much more likely just a great deal, really. So there you have it. Okay, and these two, however, if I quickly show you, these two will be included in the VHS update, as I got lots to get through very soon, whatever that may be. Well, I better say goodbye, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.